Hello everyone, this is Buldak, classic instant noodles. It can feed just one person, but today we will increase this pack by 100 times, and it can be stored for years, and when needed, it will feed an entire family. But first, let's examine the original Buldak. It includes 2 packets and instant noodles. You just need to pour in boiling water. And then after 3 minutes, you can add the sauce, the dry components, and stir. Turns into beautiful red noodles. Let's try it. It's very spicy. Adding the entire packet of sauce was a big mistake. Let's start with the packaging. We're going to use a plastic basin as the base. We've also printed the Buldak design on vinyl self-adhesive film. We're going to stick it on, and the packaging has turned out beautiful. We made it very quickly. Now we're moving on to the hardest part, creating the giant instant noodles. Using my sense of smell, I have determined that the chicken broth aroma comes from the noodles themselves and not the sauce. So we're going to start there. We're going to need 6 whole chickens. We're going to transfer them to a cutting board and cut them in half from the backside. These chickens need to become flat. We're also going to prepare the remaining carcasses. All ready. Now we're moving on to the frying stage. We're going to need a frying pan and a lot of oil. We're going to place the chickens in the pan one by one. And after 2 minutes, we're going to flip over to the other side. Then to increase the surface area of the crust, we're going to press the chicken firmly into the pan. The more crust, the tastier the broth. We're going to continue frying the remaining chickens using this principle. All done. Now the chickens are fully prepared for the broth. We're going to prepare the vegetables in exactly the same way. We're simply going to fry them until a crust appears. And then we're going to toss them into a pot. Add the chickens as well. And a lot of water. We're also adding ginger and a pepper blend to give it an Asian aroma. We're going to move the pot to the stove and cook the broth on low heat for 5 hours. Then after it cools, we're going to remove all the large pieces of chicken and vegetables from the broth. Then we're going to place a sieve over a second pot and strain the broth. We're going to use a spoon to push the remnants through the sieve. All done. Ramen noodles use kansui powder. It makes the noodles chewy and it prevents them from falling apart when they're steamed, but it can easily be replaced with regular baking soda. Now to do this, we're going to spread it on a baking sheet and then put it in the oven for an hour. After baking, the soda is going to turn into a much stronger alkali, and we're also going to need a bag of flour. We're going to open it and pour it out onto the table. We're also going to add a lot of salt. And using a large bowl, we're going to make a well in the flour. Now we can pour our super concentrated broth into it. We're going to gradually mix the dry components with the broth to form a dough. Then we're going to knead the dough for about 40 minutes, but it's still uneven. So now we're going to need a dough mixer. We're going to load a small portion of the dough into it. Turn it on. And in parallel, we're going to knead the dough by hand in small batches. Then we're going to place the already uniform balls on the edge of the table. We're going to continue until all the dough is kneaded. All done. Now for the giant disc of noodles, we're going to need a mold. We're going to cut off the top part of a tray, and then we're going to need to make a large number of holes using a drill. All done. The noodle mold is prepared. We're going to wash it thoroughly, and then we're going to spray it with oil so that the dough doesn't stick. Now we're armed with a pasta roller machine. We're going to take a ball of dough and then first roll it out with a rolling pin. Then we're going to run the dough through the machine for the first time. We're going to move the rollers closer together and then roll it through again. The dough is becoming thinner and longer. And then we're going to narrow the rollers even more. And roll it through again. In the end, we should have a long sheet of dough. We don't need the rollers anymore, so we're going to move the handle to the noodle cutter attachment hole. And we're going to cut the dough into ramen noodles. This is a very mesmerizing process. The result is very long noodles. Then we're going to place them in our mold, coiling them a bit to visually replicate the original Buldak noodles. We're going to continue noodle production until the mold is completely filled. Then we're going to place a huge pot on the stove. We're going to pour a bit of water into it and place an iron ring as an elevator. And then we're going to cover it with a lid and bring the water to a boil. Then we're going to steam the noodles for about 15 minutes with the lid closed. Time's up and the noodles can be taken out. They're now about 50% done. But for them to store long and rehydrate with boiling water, they're going to need to be fried. So we're going to open some bottles of oil and pour them into a pot. All done. Heat the oil and fry the noodles. Finished. The result is grilled dry noodles, almost like the original. So we're going to place the giant disc of chicken-flavored instant noodles at the bottom of the packaging. And now we need to make the huge, tear-inducing Buldak sauce. We're going to use a lot of chili peppers as the base. First, we're going to cut off the stem and then cut the red part into pieces. We're going to do this with every pepper. We've got a full bowl. The second important component of the sauce is garlic. To peel it quickly, we're going to cut off the root and put it into a pot. We're going to cover it with a lid and shake the pot vigorously. All done, the garlic is peeled. Now we just separate the cloves from the skin. Now we need ginger. We're going to peel it with a teaspoon. Then we're going to cut it into large chunks and toss it into the blender. We're going to turn all of this into a paste. All done. We're going to transfer it to the pot, and now we also need to grind the garlic. And into the bowl. And finally, the chili peppers. We have the most of these. And into the bowl. In total, we ground 4 bowls of peppers. And then we're going to pour an entire bottle of soy sauce in here as well. Now for the special taste of Buldak sauce, we're gonna need fermented soybeans. We're gonna add 2 jars. And Sichuan chili paste. We're gonna add that to the pot. As well as sesame paste for aroma and apple cider vinegar for acidity. And then honey for sweetness. All of this needs to be mixed very well. And then placed on a burner. We're going to cook the sauce on low heat for half an hour to maximize the development of flavor and aroma of each ingredient. After that, we're going to use an immersion blender to turn it all into a homogeneous mass. All done. Time to transfer all of this into a zip-top bag. And then seal it, leaving almost no air inside. All done. The sauce is sealed. But to make it look like the original, we printed the design on vinyl sticker again. We're gonna fold back the edge to make it sticky, and then cut off the excess part. Then we're going to stick on the second half of the label and carefully fold, gluing 2 more edges. And then we're going to place the sauce inside. And then seal the last side. All done. The giant extra spicy Buldak sauce is finally ready. We're gonna place it in the bowl with the noodles, and all that's left is to replicate the nori flakes with the sesame. So we're gonna put a frying pan on the stove and pour in a lot of raw sesame seeds. We're gonna fry them over low heat until golden, stirring constantly. All done. Now the sesame is mega aromatic. Then we're gonna fold the nori sheets in half and cut and slice crosswise in strips. We just need to fluff them up a bit. Then we've made the packaging exactly on the same principle as we did for the sauce. Then we're gonna scoop the sesame with nori using a spatula and pour it into the packet. We're gonna fill it to the top. And we're all ready. We're going to reliably glue the last edge. And the final component of the Buldak bowl is ready. Let's put it all in its place. All that's left is to seal this all for long-term storage. All done. We've increased Buldak by 100 times. Visually, it turned out very similar to the original. Now all this can be stored in a cupboard without any problems and then taken out for a special occasion. Let's prepare a giant-sized portion of Buldak. We're gonna open the packaging, take out the packets, and pour a whole pot of boiling water all over them. After 10 minutes, the noodles have absorbed all of that water and increased greatly in volume. Now it's time to add the giant spicy sauce. Next, we're going to open the second packet and add the sesame with nori flakes. We're going to mix all of this thoroughly with giant chopsticks. Now the giant Buldak is ready, and it really resembles that original nuclear red color. I decided to try it to check if it turned out as spicy as the original. Oh yeah, it burns just the same. Our noodles, like the original, have a chicken flavor, only more natural. I decided to treat people who have never heard of Buldak in their life to these noodles. And they were shocked by the spiciness. Write in the comments about your experience adding an entire packet of Buldak spicy sauce to noodles. And also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. See you later, everybody.